is funded in part through a cooperative agreement with the Department of Defense. If you have questions during the webinar, just please put them in the chat and we'll answer at the end. Also, please put your name or the name of your company in the chat. Today, we will be covering why and how to register as a vendor with Northrop Grumman, creating an impactful capability statement by looking at what is a capability statement, the core principles and key areas, marketing or elevator pitch, the role of decision makers, targeted messaging, and mission and vision. Let's start with why register with Northrop Grumman. They are the prime contractor on the Sentinel project. If you as a business are thinking of wanting to be able to bid on contracts for Sentinel, you need to start the process now. It can take up to 2 years to get on the list. Even then, it doesn't guarantee you will get a contract. But if you don't sign up, you certainly won't get one. Northrop Grumman also has a lot of subcontractors like Bechtel, Clark Construction, General Dynamics, Honeywell, and a few others. It's a good idea to check out their web pages and also get registered with them. Northrop Grumman also recommends registering with the 90th Contracting Office down at F.E. Warren under their Small Business-Based Contracting Assistance, the 341st Contracting Malmstrom Air Force Base Contracting Squadron, and those of you who are attending our event next week with Malmstrom, you will get a chance to meet them. And then also Army Corps of Engineers, Omaha office, and the Seattle District office of the Army Corps of Engineers. So how do you go about registering? Well, you start by completing the supply information cheat sheet. This is a document that has been given to us by Northrop Grumman, and it's really easy to put all your information that is going to be at the portal on this page. It will ask a bunch of questions like the UEI, CAGE, your NAICS codes, the number of employees, annual gross, date business started, security clearances, if you have any, products, locations, your small business set aside classifications, and then they're also going to ask you what your congressional district is. So this is all the information that's going to be on the cheat sheet, but it's also going to be on the sheet when you go to the portal. So unfortunately, the portal, if you get in there and you have to get out for some reason and you don't go all the way through the process, then you have to start over. So remember that. That's why it's a good idea to have that cheat sheet completed. Then it will also ask you who your touch point is with Northrop Grumman, and you will use the name Tracy German. She is our point of contact, and then that will show them that that's where you got the information from. And then after you've completed this whole registration process, then you can email either Shannon or myself and say that you have completed it, and then we will forward that to Tracy, and also with your email include your capability statement, because we will give that to her. And I know Tracy has said this seems somewhat redundant, but it gives you a chance to be in front of many different eyes working on this project, because Tracy's also going to upload your capability statement internally and share it with some of the first tier contractors. Then you basically wait for the supplier registration invite. Okay. And also, remember that if you don't have a capability statement and don't know what it is, we can help you with that. But these next few slides are actually going to show you where to go from here. So since Northrop Grumman and a lot of federal agencies really like having some type of business information on you, a capability statement is the perfect tool for this. It's a one-page document specific just to federal contracting and DoD contracting. It communicates a perceived level of corporate experience, trust, and what differentiates you from the competition. It shows proven value using measurable numbers, metrics, and percentages. It's designed to convince government buyers that you are a high value and a low risk. So to convince potential teaming partners also, this is a great tool, and it shows them how they can be more competitive with teaming with you. A capability statement is key to showcasing your business and is very valuable with marketing and communication to potential buyers. It basically shows agencies how you measure up. Here are some of the basic practices. It can be easy to get wrapped up in what your capability statement should look like and focus on the wrong thing. You should focus on what it communicates. When you're crafting your capability statement, remember that you only have 6 seconds to communicate your experience, confidence, and value. If someone isn't intrigued enough by what you say in those 6 seconds, they probably won't read any further. You can create a capability statement that communicates your experience, your confidence, and value while also differentiating yourself from other contractors. There are many capability statements out there that don't do this efficiently. They're boring, or they're simply a list of information rather than communicating value. The ability to connect with government sales strategy with business strategy is the key to success. The most successful capability statements are written by people who know their niche market well and understand what value they bring to the table more than anybody else does. There are key areas that should be in your capability statement. First is core competencies and your capabilities. Next is differentiators, including facilities and equipment. They want to know about your past performance, if you're a high risk or low risk. Corporate data, including industry codes and keywords. And then contract information and mission and vision. So the first step is to identify who you are, who you're talking to, and what they need from your product or your service. Then focus on answering these questions. Who are our customers? What value do they receive from working with us? Why should they choose us over our competitors? These are short introduction statements relating the company's core competencies to the agency's specific needs. And this is also followed by keyword heavy bullet points. Now, this is not everything a firm is able to do, but the core expertise of a firm specifically related to the agency that this statement is written for, its mission, and identified opportunities. For example, your firm's core business is excavation, but in addition, you may do a little landscaping. If the agency you are reaching out to purchases excavation services, but has never purchased landscaping services in the past, you don't want to include your landscaping services. It's really important to research the agency that you're connecting to understand what they buy. This is going to help you tailor your capability statement to that agency. Doing business with the government is highly competitive. Contractors have the burden of dealing with this competitive market and rising above the other contractors. A brief, clear statement that relates to the specific needs of the agency is what will help contracting officers, the program managers, the end users understand why they should pick you over other competitors. Doing research on the agency and what they buy ahead of time will help tailor your capability statement. Try to put a metric on your differentiators. How much? How many? How often? For example, say you're a drywall company. How much drywall do you typically put up in a month? Multiply that times 12 and you'll get an annual amount. How is your company best suited for the needs of this agency? What is it about your services or products that make you stand out from the rest? What is it about your people that give you the advantage over your competitors? Why are your products better solutions than others that are available? Past performance. This is going to be a list of past customers for whom your business has done similar work. Prioritize starting with an agency that you've done past work with that's related to who you're sending this statement to. And then go down to other federal agencies that you have worked with and had contracts with. Then state, city, county, and then commercial contracts. Choose products that relate to the target audience. If the past projects do not relate to the target's agency's needs, don't list them. If you do not have past federal work, list local government experience. If you only have commercial work, then list the most relevant commercial work that you've done. Company or corporate data. Here you would include 1 or 2 sentences with a company description, dealing with pertinent history and other info, like your mission and vision. Include the size of your company, your revenue, the number of employees you have, and the typical geographic area that you serve. Have you received any awards, any achievements, any successes? You can list that too, if you have room. Keep copies of your capability statement in various forms. Remember that it is a document that should be changing based on who is reading it. So here's the different contact information. You should include your website if you have one, and a specific person's name, the point of contact. Here you would also include a personal email, not info@. And under phone number, both the office, if there is one, and a cell phone. Here you would also list your federal certifications. Here's a sample capability statement. It may be a little hard to see, but if you will really like a copy or a sample of this, we can send that to you. It's clean, it's easy to read. There's not even any pictures on it, but it conveys the information that an agency is looking for. So how will you use these capability statements? First thing is to come up with an elevator pitch. Create a 30-second focused pitch targeted to meet specific buyer's needs. Your pitch needs to come across as confident, and you need to tell the buyer who you are and what you do with conviction. When meeting face-to-face or talking on the phone, you may, as we said previously, only have 6 seconds to communicate who you are and how your business can be of value to an agency. It's very important to be able to briefly communicate your business to an agency. Now, it might sound strange, but practice your pitch to get comfortable with the verbiage. Then here's your opportunity to provide more detailed information by giving them your capability statement. Roles of decision makers, who you're going to potentially be giving your capability statement to. So who are the decision makers in the marketplace and their roles? Well, first, there are the small business representatives, the SBRs. They advise businesses on buying opportunities. They also help agencies meet their small business set-aside goals. As you know, or you may not know, all agencies and military installations have small business representatives. And you can find their contact information by going to the Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization website. It's called OSTBU, and we can get you that information too. Next are contracting officers. They can legally authorize purchase of goods and services above the micro purchase threshold of $10,000. That's why they would be good to give your information to. Contracting officers' names and contact information can be found in a variety of places on contract opportunities posted on sam.gov. If you click into an opportunity and go all the way to the bottom, you will usually see a name, a phone number, and an email. And sometimes they're also on agency websites. Program managers, who are they? Well, they are the ones who are dealing with the project or the contract, and they can be difficult to locate. You can also use the Office of Small Business, Disadvantaged Business Enterprises. You can go to that page and sometimes find it there, or you can ask for a referral from the contracting officer. They would be the ones who are providing the technical and management expertise. Well, then there's the end user. And this can cover a wide range of individuals, from a program manager to a mechanic working on the shop floor. They are the ones who are going to use your product or service to do his or her job. It can also be challenging to determine who the end users are. If an end users have credit cards, they may be able to make micro purchases. They can also influence the contracting officers, the program managers, the supervisors by pointing out a particular need for a product or service. Government buyers have different jobs and levels of responsibility, also purchasing ability and authority. Market to their concerns, not your own. There are potential methods of communication that might appeal to each. For example, a small business specialist, okay? You may want to communicate that we're a responsible, credible company. To a contracting officer, we're a credible bidder. To a program manager, we're experts. And then to the end user, we can help. And then when you are talking to either a small business specialist or a contracting officer, you could ask them, who in your agency is responsible for buying my product or service? And remember to keep different types of capability statements for different agencies. Like I said, if you need assistance in creating one or just want someone to review yours, then just contact us and we'd be happy to help. This is a map of our Montana Apex locations and areas that each office covers. If you go to montanaapex.org, you'll find the point of contact information for the office that covers your area. That's all we have today. If you need assistance with putting together your capability statements, or if you have any questions on becoming a vendor for Northrop Grumman, you can contact us.